To the eternally curious, unapologetically superstitious Midnight Society rejects, Stormy Willow welcomes you. We're the eccentric coots, storytellers, explorers, dabblers, practitioners, and paranormal pupils who examine the what's-ifs, the what's-that's, and WTFs of this dimension and beyond.
This is the Stormy Willow podcast, a lighthearted, balanced examination of the paranormal. I'm your host, Sarah.
I'm your host, Adele.
Hey, Adele.
Hey, how's it going?
You know, it's Friday. It's recording day. We're back in the studio. I'm doing well. How are you?
Yeah, likewise. I mean, it's hot as hell here. Right now, it's like in the 90s, high 90s every day, I think, for the next week.
I love it.
So, hence the tank
I know you don't.
If you're not watching.
Yeah,
oh, I know you do.
When Adele wears a tank top, it's sizzling.
Yeah. Like, you know it's hot if I'm wearing a tank top.
Well, Adele has been on vacation with our mom, so we've been taking a summer break, if you will, for the podcast. So they did a cross-country trip and spent some time in Arizona, and now you're back in the swing of things, huh?
Yeah, back in the grind. And mom is becoming a yogi, so I'm sure she's sweating it too today. Her whole day, of course, is the whole weekend.
Yes, from now until August. So by the end of summer, mom's gonna really our mom's already super takes care of herself and everything. But I'm like, by the end of the summer, Adele, I mean,
she's gonna be in really good shape.
Yeah, she is. I'm so
mentally
excited for
and
her.
Physically. She's probably gonna be able to levitate.
Yes. And we'll bring you. I'll get notes from her and try to bring all the things I can to our listeners. When I talked to her today, she said that the classes were really intense but very enlightening. So I'm excited for this cool experience for her.
Yeah, really good stuff. Speaking of events and things that are exciting.
Oh yeah, what's going on?
Yeah, I have some fun events to announce for the remaining month of June. So June 24th through the 25th is Haunted America Conference in Alton, Illinois, which sounds like tons of fun. I don't know why I'm just now finding all of these conferences and conventions now that I'm not in Illinois.
I know, that's a bummer.
Yeah, and also same weekend, June 24th, but through the 26th is Supernatural Convention Orlando in Orlando, Florida. That's
something if you need a break from Disney.
Yeah, right? I would so go there just for that, not screw Disney.
That's right.
Also, Chicago Paranormal Convention is on June 26th in Summit, Illinois. So that would be another one.
I feel like Illinois got it going on this month.
They do. And then two more. There is Falk Monster Festival in Falk, Arkansas, June 18th. And Virginia Bigfoot Con, June 18th in Staunton, Virginia. So that sounds like
that sounds like a lot of fun. I would love to check out the Bigfoot.
Oh yeah, and apparently I had never heard of the Falk monster.
Me either.
It's apparently it sounds kind of similar to like the skunk ape, which is also kind of similar to Bigfoot. So I think it's like their local Bigfoot kind of thing.
I love it. I'm there for it.
And one other interesting thing that there's no air date. It's just sometime in the year of 2022. I don't know if you remember Kesha, like from the early 2000s.
Yes.
Okay.
Of course.
I was like, what the hell's ever happened to her? Like, she just kind of disappeared. At least, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I got old and she's still around. I just don't know that she's doing stuff still. But apparently she is having a new show called Conjuring Kesha, which is going to be a paranormal show where it's kind of like, I guess, ghost hunting or something with some of her friends. And she even has a podcast called Kesha and the Creepies. And I had no idea this girl was into the paranormal. So
me either.
I'm definitely going to check that out.
Very cool. As if she couldn't be cool enough, add that to it, add that layer of fun. I love it. I'm going to check that out for sure.
Yeah, so
that's great.
Fun times
and
all
also,
around, I think.
Just want to mention too, it's Pride Month, and so woohoo! And if you're in the Rock Hill, South Carolina area, we'll have our Pride Festival the weekend of June the 25th. So lots of fun. We'll be out there supporting and having a good time. So I'm very excited about that, and I'm sure there are many other Pride festivals happening all across the country and the world. So
yeah, Albuquerque's is this weekend.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll probably. I feel like I'll be a bad gay person if I don't go. Like, somewhat totally see it, but it's so hot. I don't think.
Oh my gosh, you at least have to go. But go early in the morning.
Yeah, I don't. I'll try to participate in some form, but I can't hang with the young kids anymore.
Oh my gosh, I will be there, and I love because my birthday's coming up on June 27th, and I just love that Pride happens here like on my birthday weekend. And Steven's like, I'm so lucky. He's like, so I don't have to plan anything because gay people who are fabulous and a DJ at our favorite brewery, that's what happens. This will be the second annual one. I mean, you couldn't plan a better party. So I just have to show up and have a ball. So Steven gets really lucky on my birthday not having to plan anything.
Yeah, it's a pretty sweet gig.
It is. Yeah, that's great timing. I just feel so honored. Yeah. It's so fun. So yes. So happy Pride Month, everybody. For sure.
Yeah.
So with that, I have our horoscope, our forecast here. So I'm going to give you the horoscope for this will air on June 13th. So just kind of an overview of June 13th through the rest of the month, because June is going by so fast, guys, which makes me so sad. But
but it makes me so happy because you know what's around the corner. Halloween.
And your birthday.
Yes. Oh yeah. Well,
Halloween's better. Yeah, that was not spoken like a true Leo, but yes, we do love some Halloween.
Well, I mean, every day is a celebration of me.
Well, this is true. So this is what we've got going on. So we've got Venus, which is the love planet, and it's going to be in Taurus for most of the month. So this is going to mean your social calendar is going to be heavy. So you probably have a lot of stuff booked, a lot of events going on. Expect a lot kind of coming your way, and hopefully it's all fun and wonderful. We've got a full moon in Sagittarius on the 14th. Then guess what? It's Cancer season. Woo! And who's your favorite Cancer? This girl right here.
Yeah.
Hey. And we've got the summer solstice, which is also one of my favorite days of the year, that kicks off summer and begins on June the 21st. Then, if that weren't enough energy, good energy, I hope, we've got a new moon in Cancer on the 28th, which is going to bring us back to our emotional core. So think Cancer is a water sign. So most people, except for Adele, find peace with the ocean. So it'll get you back to your core. So Adele will be opposite from the rest of us that love the water and find it peaceful. You might be a little crazy during that time.
we did just get an inflatable pool for the backyard. So maybe I'll find my serenity there.
There you go. Well, end of the month, you need to spend some time in that inflatable and find your zen. So there you have it, folks. So, I mean, I don't know about you, but I feel like retrograde was never going to end. And I'm so glad that is behind us. I think we're good on retrograde until September. So take that breather while you can. I feel like it's been a heavy retrograde year. So hopefully things are getting better for all of you guys and you're communicating better and all of that good stuff.
Yes, I definitely feel the difference for sure. I'm just like, oh wow, my mind's working again, and
retrograde is
working again.
Yeah, retrograde is really you really do feel those holes. I'm just like, you just can't. It's like things just don't come easy during the retrograde. They really don't. So hopefully that's behind us for a couple months, and we can just have a great relaxing summer, which is one of my faves.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Not a bad forecast.
That I'll take it.
Yes, absolutely. Me too.
But yeah, I guess maybe the reason why most of you are here listening is probably for the story, which is like the headliner of our show. Any guesses on what the topic is? I don't think I
Oh
told
my
you.
goodness. Well, one thing I did forget to tell you guys is that my horoscope today was from Women's Health. It wasn't from me, so forgot to cite my source there. So thank you, Women's Health. And with that, I'm going to say, is your story today about a cryptid?
Yeah.
It is?
It really is.
Oh, I'm getting good. Could it be one that you mentioned earlier?
I don't think I may. No, it
Okay.
wasn't in the list of events.
I don't know. You're going to have to tell us.
All right. Today's story is The Jersey Devil.
The Jersey Devil. And Birdie and Herman are here for it.
They are all about
they're ready.
it.
They're ready. They're like, yes.
So what do you know?
Devil. I don't know anything about the Jersey Devil.
Okay, well, that's even more fun. I thought I knew about the Jersey Devil, but I didn't realize how ingrained the Jersey Devil is into American colonial folklore. Like,
really?
It's back to 1735.
No
story.
Way.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I didn't know that. I thought it was maybe a more, I don't want to say recent lore, but more current than colonial time. I don't think about colonial times when you say Jersey Devil. That just doesn't come to mind.
But hey, there's been tons of sightings all throughout that whole time period. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's do this.
Yeah, let's hop
I love
into
some
it.
Jersey folk. I'm here for it. I can't imagine a Jersey Devil.
So I think first and foremost, the thing is how weird this creature looks. So it has glowing red eyes.
Okay.
Horns. And in most depictions, I've seen them almost more like antlers even, but horns of some form.
I'm going to Google it.
Yeah. It's like a combination of a goat, horse, dog face. So some depictions.
Goat, horse, dog face. Oh my gosh.
Some depictions are a little bit more goat looking, and then others are kind of more horse looking.
This one looks like a dragon with hooves.
Yeah. So it does have leathery wings, has hooves, it has clawed hands, and a forked tail, and supposedly it has like the worst shriek ever. So it sounds horrifying.
Interesting. Well, just by the looks of some of the pictures, it looks kind of medieval or something, but with a really weird head.
We'll get into that kind of dragon body too. Like, like it kind of has a combination of like fur and scales, and each depiction is slightly varied. But I guess you're wondering like, where the heck did this thing come from?
Yes.
So here's the origin story of the Jersey Devil.
Okay.
So in 1735, Mother Leeds. Now, I've heard her called Jane, and I've also heard her called Deborah, depending on which story you're reading. So I'm just gonna.
It's like us. We have an aunt named Deborah Jane.
That's really funny. We really do. So we'll just call her. We're gonna call her Debbie Jane Leeds.
We're calling her AKA Debbie Jane.
Debbie Jane. Yeah, that's too funny. I didn't even realize that when I was taking the notes.
You're like, well, maybe that's why you felt the connection to the story. You're like, why does this feel so familiar?
Yeah, maybe I'm related to the Jersey Devil. Oh no, wait, they're Yankees.
yeah, it's the southern. You're the southern chapter.
But yeah, picture this: 1735. Debbie Jane, aka Mother Leeds, falls in love with a British soldier.
Okay, I can see Debbie Jane doing that. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Some of the stories he's not British, but others are. But I think the British soldier part is important to the story later, once we discuss theories. So just put that in your back pocket.
Got it.
We'll come back to it. So they had 12 kids, and then she was like completely maxed out at that point. Like, I do not want to have any more children. I have 12. I don't want any more. And then, of course, she becomes pregnant with number 13.
Lucky number 13.
Right, already off to a good start, right? Lucky number 13. So some of it's more dramatic, and some of the stories she like raises her hands, and then in other stories she's just more like, curse this child, it will be the devil. So I can't tell if she's like actually trying to curse the child or she's like, oh, it's going to be the devil. But something like that.
Does she really mean it, or did she speak it into?
Right. So, and in some accounts, it's a stormy night. Others, it's not. But people, family and friends gather waiting for the birth of the child. And then Debbie Jane, mother leads, and the midwife were in a separate room during the labor, so they didn't have the guests, in the same room.
Right.
But once the child was delivered, the family and friends entered the room to greet the new addition, and it's just a normal-looking baby.
Okay.
As everybody's starting to look at it, but then it starts to change. So the face of the baby morphs into that goat, horse, dog looking face. Its hands became claws and its feet turned into hooves. And it sprouted horns and transformed into like a small dragon kind of looking creature. And then it began growing rapidly and sprouted leathery wings and a tail. Finally, its eyes started glowing red. And then it killed or maimed several or all of the guests, including Debbie Jane, Mother Leeds, in some stories. So it either severely hurt a lot of people or potentially killed everybody.
And it took off flying out the window?
No, it took off right up the chimney. Into the Pine Barrens of New Jersey, where it remains today.
Okay.
So that's the origin of the Jersey.
That's the way to enter the world, man. I mean, okay.
Yeah, what kind of zodiac? I wonder what zodiac sign that one would be. Scorpio.
Oh, for sure. But can you imagine, like, I'm just sitting here, like, trying to imagine this, and it's like you just gave birth to this, you're holding this little thing, and it's just like morphs into this being. Like, what?
It like makes me think of the Addams Family Values, but the opposite. Like when they have that new baby and he looks like Gomez, and then it turns cute. Like the opposite of that. It's like, he starts off cute and then turns into a dragon.
I can see that, but I just love that he went out
that chimney. Yeah, no, that was consistent in every story that he flew out the chimney.
But okay.
Odd is, like, in some of the stories he's grown, I guess they had a huge chimney maybe then, because in some of the stories he's grown to like 6 feet, 10 feet, like that's how big he is, and he just flies out that chimney. So I'm like, I don't know, did he just like bust through that chimney? Wow. Either way, he's supposedly out. I don't know if it's a he. We're not gonna
do that. Yeah.
Not gonna do that. It supposedly is out there in the Pine Barrens, New Jersey still.
He just like, he runs and like the little stork's still in the yard. It's like, a boy. It like crashes it. There's like blood all over the store.
Like, I guess careful what you wish for. Like this lucky number 13 child maybe potentially killed all your children. So way to go, Debbie.
And I'm thinking Mom has how many brothers and sisters? There wasn't a 13, was there?
No.
Yeah, no.
Grandma knew when to stop, for real.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Wow. Okay, so we've got this creature that just got born, creating mayhem, and he's on the loose in Jersey.
Yeah, on the loose.
Loose. Okay.
All right, so that's the Jersey Devil. And then, so that was supposedly in 1735 this happened. Now, I'm not sure when the story actually originated and became popular. Like, I don't know if it's like a retrospective story to where it's like years later, people were like, oh yeah, in 1935, but it's actually like, 1735, but it's actually like the 1770s. Like, I don't know if it's like that or if the story actually started in 1735. Gotcha. Which also put a bookmark in that, because we will come back to that as well with some theories.
Okay.
But this just sounded really fun, just as far as we get into like encounters and sightings. So I called this section Colonial Cryptid Hunters.
I love it.
I know if I have a past life regression, I'm going to be one of those.
Yeah. Yes.
So this is Commodore Stephen Decatur. I have no idea who that is.
I want to be a Commodore.
But he is testing cannonballs in the New Jersey, like Pine Barren, like area. And there's some discrepancy. It's either 1778 or it's 1819. So
okay.
I'll give it that. It's that
early 1800-ish.
Right. Late 1700s, early 1800s.
Yeah.
And while he's testing these cannonballs, he notices this strange thing flying like over this field that has like the leathery wings, seems like the Jersey Devil. Like he's like, what the hell is that thing? I don't know what it is. So
first of all, his job is testing cannonballs. Let's just talk about how awesome that is. He's like, I've got to do one of my jobs testing cannonballs.
Right. Well, so 1775 is the Revolutionary War. So it might be related to that.
That's true.
So either way, he's out there testing cannonballs. There's this weird looking creature flying over this field, and he's like, I don't know what the heck that thing is. I'm going to shoot it with a cannonball. And he does.
Oh, God.
He shoots a hole through its wing, and just like the creature's not affected at all. It just keeps flying, and it's like, whatever.
Yeah.
So that was his encounter with this thing.
Okay.
They think it could have been the Jersey Devil. Now, if we get into the facts of the story, we do know that he visited Hanover Ironworks in the Pine Barrens around this time period. And we know that he was indeed testing cannonballs. So that's corroborated.
So those are two facts.
Personal journal, as well as like.
Okay, so we know this person isn't made up.
Right, we know this is a real person. He was in this area at this time testing cannonballs.
Okay.
Now, what's kind of suspicious is the discrepancy in the years, but maybe people just got kind of confused over time and didn't really know what year it was as the story spread.
With the war going on, and like you said, like the story spreading, and
and then
another kind of a range.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable.
I can forget that. I don't think that's too suspicious.
Well, that's like I can't even remember when I graduated college. Sometimes, I'm like, oh shit!
I'll give him that. Yes.
So I'm like, and it's not like a huge range. So
yeah. I'd say that's okay.
I think that's okay. Another thing flagged as my God, I can't talk, as a suspicion was a man named Dr. James Killian, accompanied Decatur to Hanover, but he was a known cryptid hunter. So some people think that maybe he fabricated this encounter, but I don't know why he would do that. I don't know. I kind of give him the benefit of the doubt. I mean, and also just his presence alone doesn't mean that Decatur would necessarily lie about it.
Right. Exactly.
And then some even say, but even more far-fetched though, I think this is a lie. Like, I believe that maybe James Killian was on this trip, but some even say that actually this whole cannonball testing was actually a Jersey Devil hunt organized by President James Monroe. And I'm like, that sounds kind of ridiculous.
Okay.
So that's one early
maybe
encounter that seems like a fairly trustworthy person, since he is a Commodore. I don't know. You take what you will on if this was a real encounter or not. And then another early encounter that supposedly happened in 1820. So some people think that's why that year 1819 in the previous story with the Commodore, maybe they're mixing it up with this story in 1820. So that might be confusion in the timeline. Okay. So Joseph Bonaparte has an encounter. Do you know who this guy actually is? He's none other than Napoleon.
I was going to say, okay, I was like, he's got to be related to Napoleon, right? I mean,
so
that's a strange coincidence.
So this is Napoleon's big brother, and he was either hunting on his property or like just kind of walking around his property. Anyway, supposedly,
and we're not talking about Kip.
Kip, no. We're not talking about Napoleon Dynamite or any of that. Which, as an aside, Sarah, whenever the movie Napoleon Dynamite came out, she kept refusing to see it because she thought it was really about Napoleon Bonaparte.
I did. I was like, I really don't want to do that.
And I was
about that. I was kids in school.
When she saw it, she laughed her ass off and was like, "Oh,
yes, it was so fun." I should have just. I don't know. I was a dweeb back then, guys. I'm cool now.
Yeah, that's true. That was your picture phase.
Oh, no. Okay, continue with the story.
All right, we'll just continue.
Kip.
So,
Kip Dynamite.
Yeah, you've turned into Kip.
Yes.
It's okay. I'm Uncle Rico.
I feel like Uncle Rico. If I could just go back anytime. Could have won cake.
Just go back.
I'm like, yes, Uncle Rico, I really do. Like now it's like I have like tears as I understand. I'm like, Uncle Rico, yes, I do. My life could have been different if I knew what I know now.
No, so many times I have been like, man, I just wish I had the knowledge that I have now back
and then you could go back
early in my career.
Like,
awesome. I sound like Uncle Rico.
Yeah, we all are like Uncle Rico.
Yeah. I haven't tried the crystal time travel though. Yes.
Yeah. It could, hey, it could be a summer project.
Hey, maybe. I'll try it.
Sorry, I completely took the story and just
back to the real Napoleon Bonaparte and his older brother Joseph.
Only one Napoleon.
He's on his property in Bordentown, New Jersey. So right location for the Jersey Devil, right?
Yes.
And he was surprised when he found it on his property. That was about it. He just like spotted it and was like, "What is this thing? It's on my property." I mean, that was it. I know, anticlimactic. He was just like, "Oh."
I was waiting for it. I was like,
he didn't shoot it with a cannonball or anything. He was just like, okay. "Oh, sighting. I saw it."
Oh my gosh.
And then this is an interesting, I just called it a mass hysteria event that took place between January 16th through January 23rd of 1909. And you can actually see like old newspaper clippings of this, which is pretty cool.
What? That is pretty cool.
So it looks like the Jersey Devil maybe got some wanderlust and ventured a little bit outside of Jersey.
Wanted to see what's out there.
Reports in the Delaware Valley of strange tracks on roofs, over fences and under fences, and just like really strange tracks like around town.
So decided not to go to the city, huh?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a New Yorker. It's not for me.
Yeah, he didn't go to New York. He's like, I'm going to branch out to Delaware. In Pennsylvania, too. He starts dabbling around there, too.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
Oh,
so they get bloodhounds to try to sniff out these tracks, but supposedly the bloodhounds refuse to follow them. They're like super creeped out. See,
my hound was just like, no, not doing it. She agrees.
Even schools and mills. My southern slipped out. Meals.
Yes, it did. Meals. I knew what you meant.
Schools and mills closed due to fearful citizens not wanting to leave their houses.
Can you imagine? It's like, we can't go to school today. It's Jersey Devils on the loose.
This is like crazy thing. I'm gonna call in Jersey Devil.
I was about to say, do you think maybe some kids like did that, or adults that didn't want to go to work? Like, hey, I'm gonna make these little tracks and see if we can get out of school and work. I like it. Success.
Hey, that would have been another past life of mine. I don't know. Maybe this was all me.
They're connecting. I feel like you feel very comfortable with this. A lot of things track for you.
I don't think you understood the links that we go to not have to go to school in grade school.
I mean, this is a good one. This is a successful one.
Like one of the few cold days in South Carolina, I was like, what if I just sprayed down the parking lot at school, let it freeze overnight, and then we can't have school? I really thought about doing that. I did not. So if somebody did that, it was not me. I really thought about it.
Love it. Always love a day home from school.
And this, I don't know. He's giving them a snow day, maybe.
Running amok.
And some eyewitnesses said that they saw a strange beast in Camden and Bristol, Pennsylvania. So yeah, pretty much these people got like a day off thanks to the Jersey Devil.
I mean, so far, other than, killing his family, like, he sounds like a blast.
Right?
Getting people a day off. I mean, okay.
And thus far, he's just kind of like snooping around. Like, I actually haven't heard any encounters where he's hurt somebody since his birth.
Yeah. And that could be hearsay. They could have just been like, gotta get rid of him. What was his side of that?
Hey, Jersey Devil, are you out there for an interview? We would love to hear your side of the story.
Yeah, that's right.
Maybe he was like siding with the British, so that's why he was so hated at this time.
Maybe
he was like, no, we need to stay part of England.
That's right. I want to hear his story.
I definitely do too. But also in particular, this news article says that he specifically was terrorizing social gatherings, trolley cars, and livestock, especially chickens. So maybe he is Southern. Maybe it's like bow time.
I mean, a dragon cryptid has to eat.
Yeah. And even supposedly police shot at him. Firemen even turned their hoses on him.
Oh.
Which is just mean, because it sounds like it was cold if people were seeing tracks in the snow.
And like
no, I just assumed it was snow. Okay, maybe it wasn't. Oh, but it's January.
Cannon shot at him.
It's cold. It's January, like up around that area. It's kind of mean. I'm starting to side with the JD here.
Me too.
A woman even claimed it tried to eat her dog and she hit it with a broom and it left.
I mean, he left.
Her. I would do that too. Don't mess with my dog.
Yes, don't mess with my dog. But to be fair, I mean, he's just like this feral little creature. Like, no one's ever shown him the way.
That's true. I mean, so
someone
can mentor him.
That's right.
It's just feral. Like,
doesn't know. Like, what if no one told you? Exactly. I'm on the side right now. I'm on the side of JD.
Me too. He's keeping it real and exciting.
Helping the kids get out of school, helping people get vacation days.
Trying to get everybody to eat some chicken with him.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not seeing the harm here.
No harm, no foul. Yeah.
Exactly.
Get it, foul, like birds. And pretty much like that was like the bigger story. Since then, there's just been tons of eyewitness accounts and things like that. One of the most recent, though, was October 2015. And
so this creature's still around? Do we think it's the same creature? Do we think that this creature has reproduced? Or?
It sounds like everybody thinks it's the same creature.
Okay.
And there's just one.
Wow. All right.
So on October, I think it's actually oddly enough, October 13th, 2015. Ooh. Lucky number 13, right? He's the 13th child.
And it's October.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. This is ABC News. So legit source, right?
Legit source.
This man, David Black, apparently snapped a pretty clear photo of something resembling the Jersey Devil. So if you Google like David Black Jersey Devil, you'll see the picture he captured.
I'm gonna do that right now.
It kind of looks like a cute little pony with wings or something. But supposedly he was driving near a golf course in Galloway County, New Jersey around 6 p.m. He saw what he at first thought was a llama walking in and out of the tree line, which is already odd too, right? So that's why he pulled his camera out. He was like, that's weird. I'm going to pull my camera out and take a picture of that.
Didn't pull out a gun.
Yeah, right. So he pulls his camera out, and then what he thinks is this llama spreads its wings and flies into the sky. So he's like, that must have been the Jersey Devil.
Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty. It looks like a unicorn.
Yeah, I mean, take what you will. Take a look at the picture. We'll post it on social.
Yeah.
But it is a surprisingly clear picture, and he says that everybody thinks he's crazy, but he knows what he saw that day and got a picture of it.
Just like Nessie, Yeah. People know what they see.
So that's it for like sightings and encounters. Like I said, there are tons more, but I kind of pulled out the ones that are big and do like a nice timeline to show you how far back.
Yeah, I didn't realize that went back so far.
Yeah. So
I'll tell you just like my one thought, like now in my head, if you don't mind. I'm thinking if things don't get better in America, I'm going to ride on the Jersey Devil back to England. I'm back. Who's with me?
Just drop me off in Canada on the way.
It'll be like the never-ending story.
Oh, God. You're Falcor.
See it in my head. I'm just that's
yeah.
That's what's going on. I'll have my Harry Potter wand. I'm like, yes. That's what's going on in my mind right now.
So, hey, if there are any artists out there, would someone please draw this for us?
Yes.
Please.
Please.
We will feature it on like the cover of the next episode.
Yeah.
We will even, I promise you, once we do get in a state to make merch, we will make merch with that on there. I promise.
Yes. Absolutely. That's that's what I'm seeing in my head, and I'm loving it. Like I just feel so good.
And if you could make it more in like the Liger kind of Napoleon Dynamite animation, even better.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome.
I could probably draw that.
Yeah, you probably could.
All right. Really, anyway, hey, if you're game, we have a drawing challenge for you, and we would love to
drawing challenge. Where are artists? I'm sorry, where are the listeners?
Hey, they're coming.
They're coming. We're manifesting you.
It's like Uncle Rico. Like a few years from now, when we have tons of listeners, we're going to be like, I just wish I could go back in the past with all my knowledge of how to make a successful podcast.
That's right. We're going to repeat those words.
We are. That might be merch too, guys.
Yes. Just look out. You're going to see t-shirts, bags.
We're
everywhere.
Just going to be obnoxious to where you can't even avoid us.
These faces everywhere.
Yes.
The inside jokes everywhere.
That's right.
All right. I'm sorry, but that's just what I was thinking in my head when you were talking about all of this. And it's just
all about
it was great JD. Imagery. It was great.
You are now like the biggest fan of JD.
I'm here for it. I like him so far. I'm waiting for you to tell me that he's not real or
he's a vegetarian and
well, that's cool. I mean, we can veg out. Like
I'm just kidding. He obviously was eating chickens, but maybe he's changed.
Or you changed. You used to eat chicken too.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'm waiting on you just to tell me something horrible about him, and I'm just going to be crushed. So I'm a little nervous about the future.
No dream crushing on this one. It's not like the rake.
That is not.
But let's get back to the deeds.
Okay.
Sorry, the leads. Everybody's probably like, who the hell is that? The Deeds family. So you remember it was Debbie Jane / Mother Leeds.
Yeah, I was like, who's that? I'm like, oh, Debbie Jane. Got
it. There is a true historic figure named Daniel Leeds. And this shit gets so funny. He is so awesomely petty, and so is his son. And a very famous president is going to get in a rivalry with these guys. Like this almost feels like an episode of Drunk History right here.
Tell me the story.
I was cracking.
I've got my chocolate sheet. Go. Let's go.
Okay, here we go. So Daniel Leeds. He's settled in a Quaker colony in Burlington, New Jersey.
Of course,
Virginia, New Jersey, in 1677, and he acclimated to the Quaker lifestyle.
Of course.
He began working with one of the first printers to create the American Almanac. So these come out yearly, like the Farmer's
Almanac. Yeah. Okay.
So he included contents in his almanac relating to astrology.
Ooh.
And it ticked off many of the townsfolk who were Quakers and was like, no, this is a no-no. So they accused him of occultism and they wanted the content removed. So what do you think he does?
He makes it even bigger.
Yes, he does. He starts including even more mystical content in his almanac.
Okay, get it.
So, and also the best part is this is like the only almanac in that region at the time, so there's no competition. So he's like, okay, well.
I'm sorry I made fun of you for being a Quaker. My apologies.
then even better. So I told you the Revolutionary War started in 1775. So he's here in 1677. So, things starts to be like, wait, sorry, maybe it's 17.
Yes, I was like, which trials are going on then?
I think it might be 1777.
Okay. So I'm surprised they didn't burn, well,
I was like, that
didn't
doesn't
burn
make
any
sense.
witches here, but I'm surprised they didn't,
My bad.
like...
My bad, people. I was doing this late after work. Sorry. I think it was 1777.
Okay. So I was like, they probably would have hung him during the 16th. They're like, he's a witch.
Yeah, my bad, guys.
It's okay.
Just I was stuck on the sixes and 13s. But anyway, so the colony began opposing British rule. They were like, yeah, we're not cool with Britain. We want to be America and like break away from all that. But Daniel, he openly supported British rule and even counseled the British governor of the territory, Lord Cornbury. So this further pissed off this colony.
Oh, Daniel.
They even accused him of working for the devil. So devil, kind of, okay. So yes, no, wait, that doesn't make sense either. It must have been 1677 because he retired in 1716. Were they pissed off that long before the revolution?
Probably.
Okay. Sorry guys, we're learning on the job.
We're learning history, okay?
We're learning on the job.
On the job training.
Yeah. So yeah, sorry, I think it was 1670.
But I really am surprised they didn't like try to hang him or something for witchcraft.
Right. Also, like, I just assume everybody died in their 20s, like during that time period. So I guess he was just older, and it's just weird to see to me. So anyway, sorry. Daniel retired in 1716, and he left the company to his son Titan Leeds.
Titan. Ooh.
Titan. So Titan continued running the almanac, including the mystical content, just like Daryl did.
I love that.
So then in 1732, they finally get some competition.
Uh-oh.
So Poor Richard's Almanac has its first edition published by Benjamin Franklin.
Oh.
So they play nice for a year, and then a rivalry kind of starts with them. But Benjamin, I think, draws first blood, actually.
Ben.
So this is where it gets really funny. So Benjamin Franklin predicted the day that Titan Leeds would die in his almanac being October 17th, 1733 at 3:29 p.m. at the very instant of the conjunction of the sun and Mercury. So I can't help but think that's so petty. And he's making fun of them, including like some of their astrology kind of stuff in their almanac.
Right.
And Franklin encouraged everyone to read his next edition to see if his prediction comes true. But, of course, they've already pissed off this colony, so a lot of people are kind of enjoying this. So, of course, he was incorrect, but he published a fake obituary anyway in his almanac.
No, he didn't. I mean, talk about a way to get readers, let's just falsify news. Hey.
Maybe we should just start doing that.
Don't we already? Let's just be real.
Right?
Isn't that pretty much like media, like Fox News?
Totally. So, of course, Titan was pissed, and he called Franklin a fool and a liar. And then Franklin quipped back that Titan must be speaking to him as a ghost because only a dead man would have such a foolish response. And that Titan must be a shoddy imposter of the real dead Titan Leeds. So he just pretends like Titan actually died and like he doesn't even exist anymore. And that this guy is an imposter.
That is hilarious. But that's kind of like, I feel like those kids are like, don't call me this. And they do it anyway. Or like, don't punch me again. They're like, poke.
Oh, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it.
That's how I feel.
You.
Benjamin. That's not cool, man.
It actually made me like him a little bit more.
But that's really funny.
I already liked him. But now I'm like, this is such a little...
So how do they relate to the Jersey Devil?
So hang on. We'll get to that as a theory.
Okay.
So But Franklin, even when Titan did die in 1738, Franklin publicly commended the imposter for ending the impersonation, and even continued writing about the ghost of Titan Leeds in his almanac.
No, he did not.
He did not give a shit that this guy died.
Benny.
Which, I don't know. That was just so funny to me.
That's so funny. Surprised you didn't like try to seance. Something crazy.
Okay, but this is where we get back to that year 1735.
Okay.
And this is one of the theories of what the Jersey Devil actually is.
Okay.
So now, if you remember, supposedly the Jersey Devil was born in 1735. Well, in 1736, that was the height of the rivalry with Benjamin Franklin and the Leeds and their almanacs.
Okay.
And historic records indicated at this time Titan's brother, Japhet, and his wife, Deborah, so now these names are coming back, had 12 kids. Okay. So the timing and details of the story kind of seem to take jabs at the Leeds with some of those details, right? And especially throwing in like falling for a British man, like the woman, because they're kind of, siding with the Brits. They don't want to not be a part of them.
My God.
And also at this time, Titan added the Leeds family crest to the cover of the almanac before he died, and it included a wyvern, which is a small dragon.
Interesting, Sanders.
And up until the 1900s, the Jersey Devil was actually referred to as the Leeds Devil. So some people speculate that Benjamin Franklin made this up to like piss off the Leeds. Which I'm like, okay, like the timeline and things do make sense. And he sounds like he might be petty enough to do it.
You took away my friend, Benjamin.
So that's one theory. And of course, skeptics believe that the Jersey Devil is simply English settlers' imagination of like the area, which I'll admit that it's in like the pine barrens and like these woods. It makes me think of like Scarlet Letter and the Crucible.
Right.
How people go out in the woods and there's all these scary things in the dark woods. So I could see that. But then you also have people who have supposedly had encounters and sightings and even photographs of the Jersey Devil.
Well, I'm still holding on that it's going to be to my imagery. Like I'm going to just ride off with a Jersey Devil.
You're going to conjure it.
Right.
Watch out. We're going to do, you know what? I was thinking of doing like maybe like Patreon, some special like episodes just for some of our members that we could try a seance with the Jersey Devil.
Well, we're going to do that like not my house, like some other.
We'll get an Airbnb.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So, I really like this story a lot.
I had no idea.
I really didn't realize the historical value of the story and Benjamin Franklin and the almanac and astrology and the British are coming and all the things. Wow.
Now, this is a true American folklore like character, and I love it.
I feel like for the 4th of July, I'm going to turn it into Jersey Devil Day or something. I need
that would be awesome.
Devil to do it somehow.
You know what? Maybe he was a patriot, and he was like, "I don't like how you're sympathizing with the Brits. I'm going to kill you all," and then fly on the chimney.
Like, I'm thinking like Santa in the chimney. We should definitely do something like with the Jersey Devil. Like leave him some like Bojangles, like a Bojangles.
Oh, maybe he's like related to Krampus or something.
Put like some chicken supremes out. What, on October 13th?
Hey, Bojangles, if you're listening, 4th of July special menu item, the Jersey Devil shake or something.
Yes. Yeah. That would be so cool. Yeah. Bojangles, we just really want to go into business with you. Like, really bad. You can't tell.
Yeah. We do like your potatoes, even though we can't eat your chicken.
I mean, we love it all.
We love it.
I mean, if you could do like a vegan chicken, that'd be
Impossible Supremes. Hey, I'm there.
Oh, can you imagine if they had Impossible Supremes?
That would be delightful.
Yes. Sorry, guys. if you haven't had Bojangles ever in the southern region, go.
Or if you haven't had dinner yet, you shouldn't record.
Get some seasoned fries and some tea.
Yeah. But well, that is the story of the
I love that, Adele. I don't know why I never thought it was so. I didn't realize any of this about the Jersey Devils, and I didn't really have any. I didn't really have any expectations coming into it. So, but I would have never guessed any of this.
It was so much fun when I was like, what?
I love it. And I just love all
the leads in Benjamin Franklin. That's my favorite part.
I'm like, wow, this is good.
Yeah, and I don't know. Part of me really hopes that the Jersey Devil's real. It sounds like really, unless you're his family or a chicken, he just shrieks at you. So I'm cool. We can coexist.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I can, if he gets a little too close, I've got a broom. And but listen here.
We got brooms and we got Supremes. We can totally socialize him to be a part of the society.
Yes. He'd do better than a lot of folks.
Absolutely.
I'm just saying. I have a lot of faith in him that he can be.
I have more faith in him than most people.
He can be rehomed. He can definitely be rehomed. Oh, great story. Loved it.
Oh, well, I guess with that, would you like to, so we're trying a new thing, folks. So if you're watching, this will be more fun, but if not, then you'll still get the idea. We've kind of put some subcategories of paranormal into a digital will. Thank you, spinnerwheel.com. And we'll kind of give you a sneak peek of generally what the next episode might be like at the end of these episodes. So let us know if you like this new edition or not, but we may or may not listen to you. I don't know.
unless you're the Jersey Devil, then
if the Jersey Devil actually tells us,
then we will go a different.
We'll listen to JD.
Our new friend.
Right. So can you see the wheel?
Yes. Spin that wheel.
Spin it.
Spin that wheel. Okay, so I will be up next week, and let's see what my topic's going to be.
Haunted places.
Haunted places. All right, I got that.
That'll be fun.
That will be so fun.
Yeah.
Got it written down, you guys. I'm going to research some haunted places, and I'll bring you a story next week.
Let's do it, yeah. Well, I look forward to it, and I'll bring you the forecast next week.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully the waters will remain calm.
Let's hope so.
We all need a break.
And as always, thank you guys for listening. If you like the show, give us a like, give us a follow. If you really like the show, maybe give us a review. It does help other listeners find our show more easily. If you have any recommendations, feedback, or want to enter the drawing competition,
yes, please.
Please.
I want to see what you got.
All ways to get in contact are at stormywillow.com, including all of our social links as well. So we're on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Yep. So yeah, connect and share. And as always,
stay curious, friends.
And stay safe.
That's right. Bye, you guys.
Bye.